Okay, so this is a fire pit burner that a customer purchased, and it is too small for their fire pit. So we went ahead and cut a new plate on our STV plasma table, our 5x10. It's got a 1-inch diameter hole in the center. This has got a NPT fitting we're going to cut out of there and put it in our new plate. Okay, so about 10 minutes later, we got all pretty close to cut through on that nipple there, aluminum nipple. The problem is I did not want to get into the threads on this manifold here, so I just went real slow, put some vice grips on it and whacked it with the rubber mallet a few times to break it free. Now we can take this, clean it up with the grinder, and attach it to our new plate. So we've got our Everlast 255 EXT. We've got our manifold back where it needs to be. Our nipple. I'm going to go ahead and weld this up with 4043 filler rod on AC power. Alright, we're using our Edge number 6 quartz cup. We have got our Defiant metal TIG gloves, running our Everlast 255 EXT. I am blessed to be able to be part and have a relationship with all these amazing companies like Edge, Everlast, and STV CNC, Plasma Table Company. All you guys really take care of me. It is much appreciated. Running a small business in this country right now is pretty tough to do financially. Just kind of trying to get a tack there. Let out of my pedal a little bit to get the heat away from the plate. I'm trying to concentrate all my heat on that nipple, prevent the plate from warping. Come on, here, give us some tack. Once I've got it all tacked up, I can take it off all of these stains. Perfecto. When you're making your tacks on aluminum, you want to add a little extra filler out at the end because it is going to want to shrink and crack those tacks. But I've got it a little crooked. It's sitting a little bit like this. That's why I put my tacks on this side, so I can take and pull that nipple back this way without breaking it. Let me get it off the stand here. Alright, I got it moved. I went ahead and put a moving blanket under it because of the orifices for the flame. And so this is probably a pretty common issue that people have, that they may not know what's going on. You see that tungsten, it's all dark and turns blue. That means you don't have enough gas flow. So what I'm going to do is turn up my gas flow a few CFH. And then I'm going to turn up my post flow a little bit so that that gas is still flowing over the tungsten as it cools. Alright, I've got my tungsten resharpened. I'm going to go ahead and turn up my post flow on the machine. Plasma table here. Getting some good welds on there. Got some nice stitches on there. I'm going to go ahead and take that manifold, unscrew it, so we're not picking up anything in that valve, and we'll continue. Alright, so I got the manifold off of there. I went ahead and clamped it down flat and try to prevent it from warping. These aluminum mics can warp, especially if you're welding right in the center of the blade. The blade's going to heat up and transfer. It's going to cool and shrink. Anything you can do to prevent that is great. I've got a mess in my shop right now. The table is not where it should be. So let's get uncomfortable. Other side. And of course, it was going beautifully, and at the end there, it definitely tungsten a little bit. Thankfully, it was the last dab. So, make sure we're on the same page here. Let's put two down on yours. We got the center. That's one. Which I knew was going to happen. So as this thing cools, there you go, 50-pound weight. As this thing cools, it should flatten out nicely. It was wanting to pull up in the center. What I probably should have done is weld it, maybe a third of it, and then let it cool, come back, weld a third of it, but I didn't. So anyhow, this is going to be hidden under rocks for the fire pit burner. That is that. So, recap. We had a fire pit. That the base plate was too small. Went ahead and cut it. Has a nipple on the inside of it for that manifold to sit in. We went in with a cutoff wheel very carefully and just started chipping away at this. We didn't want any of the brass from the nipple inside of it to start showing. So what I did was, when I thought I was getting close, I put a pair of pliers on there, tapped it with a rubber mallet, cracked that weld, and allowed us to pull it out of there. So now we've got our new plate welded up and it's cooling. I'm Michael with Juggernaut Weld Fab. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something. If not, thanks for watching anyway. I appreciate you guys, and hit the subscribe button, please.